Our next speaker is Steve Paccola, Chief Medical Officer of Regenxbio.
So good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to present on an update of Surovec, a one-time gene therapy for the treatment of retinal disease. My name is Steve Paccola, and I am the Chief Medical Officer of Regenxbio. So at Regenxbio, our mission is to improve lives through the use of vectors. And we use our own proprietary AAV vectors, including AAV8 and AAV9. And this is important because these are the two most clinically validated vectors across a number of indications in terms of safety, efficacy, and durability. This slide shows our overall portfolio of experimental products. And this includes not only Surovec, but also a couple late-stage non-ophthalmic products. And the key aspect here is we are on the cusp of potential commercialization of multiple late-stage programs, all with the potential to redefine standard of care. So today, I'm going to focus on ABBV-RGX-314, or Surovec, for the treatment of retinal disease. So Surovec is being developed for the treatment of wet AMD and diabetic retinopathy via a global strategic partnership with AbbVie. This collaboration combines our expertise in terms of gene therapy manufacturing and development with AbbVie's recognized leadership in global eye care and capabilities thereof. So what is Surovec and how does it work? Surovec utilizes the AAV8 vector to deliver a transgene that encodes for an anti-VEGF monoclonal antibody fragment with the goal of sustained protein production by the patient's own retinal cells. We're evaluating two different routes of administration of Surovec, subretinal delivery and in-office suprachoroidal delivery. We initially selected the subretinal route as the gold standard for targeted retinal gene therapy, and we thereafter selected suprachoroidal delivery as an additional approach that would allow for in-office delivery. What was important for us is that with an in-office delivery approach, that we maintain the positive aspects that exist with subretinal delivery, that is localized delivery in a compartmentalized space close to the target tissue. And this is important because we can actually achieve decreased exposure to off-target tissue sites. The main studies across the Surovec program are shown on this slide. Our most advanced platform is subretinal delivery for treatment of wet AMD. In our phase 2 study, we showed improved vision or stable vision in the setting of a dramatic reduction in treatment burden. And based on these results, we and AbbVie have advanced into pivotal development with two ongoing pivotal trials, Atmosphere and Ascent. Importantly, earlier this month, we announced the completion of enrollment in both of these trials, which represent the largest gene therapy program ever conducted for any indication. With enrollment complete in the pivotal studies, we're on track to have top-line results next year. In addition to the subretinal program, we have two ongoing suprachoroidal delivery studies, one evaluating treatment of wet AMD in the AAV8 study and treatment of diabetic retinopathy in the Altitude study. Moving on to diabetic retinopathy, as you all know, diabetic retinopathy and the complications thereof are a global pandemic, and patients continue to lose vision and have vision-threatening complications. This is in spite of the fact that we know available treatments and anti-VEGF agents given repeatedly can prevent the progression to vision-threatening complications. However, these injections are simply not being given in the vast majority of patients because of the significant treatment burden. So over time, these patients continue to get worse. And that's really the potential of one-time in-office gene therapy to potentially allow for sustained anti-VEGF activity to ultimately prevent these bad outcomes. And in fact, the ongoing Altitude study, we've seen patients treated with Surovec are able to have improved DR severity in a proportion of patients, and most critically, have a decreased rate quite dramatically of vision-threatening events. Now, I've intentionally not given more details on the Altitude results because I didn't want to steal your thunder, Charlie. So we all will have the benefit tomorrow of hearing Charlie for the first time on podium give the 2-year results of the Altitude study. Thank you.